Hey everyone, welcome back to another Mouse Talk video. I'm Walt.
I'm Melissa.
And with today's video, we're going to be going over the Disney Dining Plan. And of course, the Disney Dining Plans are very important to a lot of folks who are planning their Disney vacations. And a lot of times, one of the first things people say is hey, is the Disney Dining Plan worth it? And I think what we want to do today with this video is kind of give a little clarity as to whether or not that it is worth it or not.
Right.
What we did was we did a little bit of an experiment with our latest trip down to Disney, Melissa and I and the family. We decided not to get the Disney Dining Plan.
Right.
Because in years past, we have gotten the plan. So with this video, we're going to kind of compare and contrast and give you a good, what we think is a really good idea of whether or not this is or isn't worth it. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, and I think it'll help make you be able to decide and evaluate based on your family and your situation on whether or not it'll be worth it for you.
Right, exactly. So what we'll do is we're going to give a quick overview of the different types of plans there are. And then from there, we're going to go over what we experienced, what we did, and then we'll kind of give you a compare and contrast, if I could say it. I can't say it. And then in the end, kind of give you some basic numbers, but we really broke it down really well, and then tell you whether or not it was worth it or not. So we'll start with the different plans. Now, I will say this. Remember, when it comes to the dining plans, there's three different things involved. There's table services, there's quick service, and there's snacks. All of the plans have these. A table service is basically you go into a restaurant, you sit down, a waiter or waitress takes your menu, brings you your food, you pay, you go home. A quick service would be you go up to the counter, you get your food, you take it back to your table and you eat, and on you go. And of course, your snacks are your snacks, whether it be a soda, a water, pretzel,
popcorn, whatever.
Yep.
And they'll have them marked on the menus in the park. You'll
They
see
do.
a little snack credit square, and you'll know if something can be classified as a snack. You'd be surprised some things that do count as a snack, and they're pretty good money-wise.
Yeah.
So make sure you look at the menus and look for that little symbol.
Yep, absolutely. But I wanted to put that out there because when we talk about the plans, I want to make sure you understand what we're talking about. So, of course, the first plan that they have is the cheapest of the three would be the quick service.
Basically, that'll give you 2 counter service meals where you can go to any of those quick service style restaurants or dining places, and you'll get 2 of those meals per day per person, and you'll also get 2 snacks per person per day.
Yep.
The cost for that is $48.19 per person if you are age 10 and up. If ages 3 to 9, it's $20.88 per day.
Yep, and that's the cheapest plan they have. Now, the middle of the road plan, and this is the plan that a lot of people get, including us. This is the just the basic regular Disney dining plan. With that, you get 1 table service, you get 1 quick service, and you get 2 snacks. This is per night that you're there. So if you're there for 8 days, 7 nights, it's nights. So you'll get 7, okay? Just to kind of give you an idea of what we're talking about. Now, with that plan, it's a little bit more pricey. You're talking $69.35 for ages 10 and up, and $24.95 ages 3 to 9. The final plan, and this is kind of the big one, this is the most expensive one, is the Deluxe Dining. And with this one, you get 3 meals a day and 2 snacks a day. And it's a really big jump in price. You go to $106.68 for ages 10 and up, and $38.75 for children ages 3 to 9.
Now, keep in mind, all 3 of these dining experiences can be table service dining experiences, which is why you're paying such a high price. There is no limit. You can pick and choose whether you want quick service or table service dining. Also, keep in mind that this plan does not include tips. So for any of your table service meals, you, of course, will need to leave a tip, and that is something that will have to come out of pocket.
Right, and that's the deluxe. All the plans, all the different dining plans, there's no tip included. But Melissa's talking specifically about the deluxe dining. Those 3 meals can all be table services.
Right.
They're not necessarily. You can put a quick service in there if you want to, but it doesn't have to be. It can all be table services. In other words, you're not limited to just 1. You can have as many. You can have up to 3.
Right.
So just wanted to kind of make sure we were specific. No, that's okay. You might have, and I just didn't think you did.
But since we were focusing on that one, I figured.
Yeah, that's right. That makes sense. But and that's the different plans that you can get. Now, for our experiment, we did we're basing this comparison off of the regular middle of the road dining plan. That's the one again that's $69.35 for the adults to ages 10 and up, and $24.95 for children ages 3 to 9. So for us in our party, Melissa, how many do we have in our party?
We had 5.
Right.
And they were all, considered to be adults.
Right. Everybody was 10 and up, and we were there for 8 days, 7 nights. So of course it was 5 folks at $69.35 per person for 7 nights, it came to a total of $2,427.25. That's what it would have been if we had taken the dining plan, correct?
Right, exactly.
Right. So if we had taken the plan, which we didn't, that's what we would have paid out. Now, let's get into actually during our trip what we did do. Melissa, what were the restaurants that we ate at?
All right, we did, as far as our table service meals, we did Be Our Guest. We ate at, for dinner. We did Ohana for dinner. We ate at Yak and Yeti for lunch. We went to Le Cellier for dinner. Trattoria Al Forno, we did a character breakfast, as well as another character breakfast at the Garden Grill.
Right.
We can also add on, that would have been our 7-day limit, because Le Cellier is actually a 2-table service credit option if you do go there, because it is very pricey. Our son and his girlfriend actually went to Tokyo Dining as well, and it was 2 people eating table service that night too, so we put that in the mix as well.
Right. And the reason why I want to bring that up is because we did not skimp when it comes to our table services. When we did the compare and contrast, we made sure that we used what would have been all 7 of our table services. Agreed?
Right. So we wanted to at least be fair in comparing. We did eat a table service meal for pretty much every day of our stay. We didn't skimp on what we purchased. We got what we wanted to get. We got appetizers if we wanted them. We got desserts if we wanted them. We didn't just try to be as cheap as possible just to have a leg up one way or the other way around. So we just ate what we were comfortable with and what we planned accordingly to bring as much money as the dining plan would have allotted, actually maybe even more to be safe, because we weren't sure what to expect, so that way we could do what we wanted without limitation.
Right. As for quick service, we ate at a lot of quick services. We ate at Sleepy Hollow. We ate at Flame Tree Barbecue. We ate at Cosmic Rays. We ate at, not the ABC Commissary, but what's the other one over there at Hollywood Studios?
Backlot Express.
Backlot Express. We ate there a couple times.
A few times, I think, for our son.
Yeah, we definitely used our quick services as well, and snacks as well. We got our pretzels. We got our sodas. And we got our waters.
Popcorn, my coffees. We got pastries.
I got lemonades.
At the Starbucks in the morning. A lot of us, got that and just use snacks in terms of our little breakfast snacks.
Yep. I got several lemonades at the Cheshire Cafe different days. All snacks available. So we definitely made sure that we got what would have been our money's worth. That being said, in the end, when we kind of finished everything off, actually, you know what? Before I even do that, I want to backtrack for a second. With the Disney dining plan, that total of $24.27.25 is before tips.
Right.
That is important to remember. Your tip is not included in that price, okay? So when you go to get your Disney dining plan, that's the one part of monetary that you really do have to plan for, because it's not included in that price.
Right.
Okay? So when we added up everything, because we kept every receipt, folks. Every receipt that we got for anything we purchased food-wise, we kept. Now, that being said, full disclosure, we did get, on certain meal items, we did get a 10% DVC discount.
Right, but it wasn't...
Which we took into account. Right? But we didn't get it on everything.
Right.
It was only specific things here and there. So we made sure that when we did our calculations that we took that into account as well. So ultimately, in the end, when we took everything we actually did purchase compared to what we were priced out to get for the Disney dining plan, we probably saved about $317.
Yep, at least, because our price actually included the tips.
Yeah.
Because when we were adding our stuff with our slips, we actually did the price including the tip. So in the long run, we probably actually saved closer to $500, maybe more.
Yeah, we really did. I think Melissa's 100% correct.
I know, which is pretty crazy, because I don't feel like we missed out on anything. In some cases, I think we overate.
Right. No, it's true. That's the one thing I will say is we did not in any way, shape, or form skimp. We got what we wanted, when we wanted, how we wanted. We ate when we wanted, and we still had a great time. So ultimately, would we say for us, and I would say that it's probably not worth it.
Right.
I think we made out better not getting the plan. Will it be the same for you? Maybe, maybe not. But I think this is an important video in that case, because what you really want to do is possibly go onto the website, DisneyWorld.com, check out the different places you want to eat, look at their menu, look at the menu items and the prices, and try to get an idea of whether or not you're going to save money or not.
Right. you know your family, you know who's going with you, you know your kids.
Yeah, what they will and won't eat.
Right. Some of them may, some at certain ages, I know you can even order off the kids menu. I think they'll let you if you're a picky eater. They will make things to your liking. Keep in mind, too, the Disney dining plan, every meal you purchase comes with a dessert. Are you going to eat dessert? Are you one of those people that wants to eat a dessert at every meal? Or is it just going to go to waste?
Right.
Especially when you're taking into account your quick service meals. Some of the desserts you get at some of these places are Right. Do you really want to have that go to waste? And it's kind of throwing money away.
Right.
There are changes coming to the dining plan in 2018. We are basing this off the 2017 price plan. And right now, alcoholic beverages are not included in the Disney dining plan.
Right.
So if you want to have an alcoholic beverage with your meal, that's coming out of your pocket as of right now.
Yeah.
So again, that's more money that you have to pay on top of that dining plan expense.
Yeah.
Specialty drinks, milkshakes, smoothies. If your kids want something like that, again, coming out of pocket based on the 2017 dining plan.
Right.
So all those things you want to take into consideration. And maybe, are you a big eater? Are you not a big eater? We found in some cases Walt and I would even share a quick service meal because we really weren't that hungry. And I am a big eater. So when you're walking in a hot park, you're not always going to want to eat a ton of food.
Right.
So think about that too.
And that's some of the pros and cons to the Disney dining plan. Obviously, some of the pros are your everything's paid for the most part up front. You don't have to worry about having a huge cost coming out of your pocket for that while you're down there. So you don't have to worry. It's kind of already paid for itself, and you just you can relax in that respect.
Yep, that was always my big argument. I'm a worrier. I want things to be planned out ahead of time. I want to be prepared. And we did the dining plan the last 3 trips before this. And I was hesitant to not do it this time because of that fact. I wanted it paid. I wanted it out of sight, out of mind. So if you're one of those people and you're worried that, about the funds, you want to have it paid ahead, sometimes maybe that couple hundred extra might be worth your mental, stability and sanity.
It's true.
Sometimes I feel that way. It just depends.
Instead of having to worry when you get up the next day, do we have enough money for this? Do we have enough money for that?
Right.
Budget plays into account for a lot of folks, and us too.
Absolutely.
So we totally get that. If that helps to keep you at peace of mind and it's worth that extra amount that you may or may not be saving, then God bless you. Go ahead and do it.
Yep. Last thing I want to do is be spending my vacation worrying about whether or not I can afford to buy my kid a souvenir,
right,
or that I have enough money to get through the rest of the week to eat. That's no fun. That ruins the whole experience.
Yeah. And some of the cons to the Disney dining plan, and we kind of touched on this, but to get a little bit more specific, is you're kind of limited. If you're not a dessert eater and you want an appetizer, it's not part of the plan. The dessert is, the appetizer is not. So even if you get an appetizer and you're on the dining plan, you have to pay extra for that appetizer. Plus now you're losing out on money because you didn't get a dessert.
Right.
So think about that. You're also limited, like Melissa said, to certain plans. Let's say you have a child that wants something off the kids menu. If you're on the dining plan, they can't get it off the kids menu.
Right. Or they can, but you're wasting because let's say they're 10 or 11.
You're paying an adult price for a kid's meal.
Right.
Which, again, you're losing money.
Sure.
Again, you're limited as to the type of drinks you can get, like Melissa said. So just think about all that. What's nice is there are changes coming to the plan for 2018 where 2 alcoholic beverages will be included in the plan, which is really nice. And some of the specialty drinks like milkshakes and smoothies and different hot chocolates and stuff like that are now going to be included, which is great. I think that's a big plus to a lot of folks.
But of course, you'll be paying additional cost for it.
Yes. Also, the plan's going up about $6
a day.
So a day
per person.
So think of that as well. The one thing I will say about 2018 prices on the Disney dining plan as well is with that alcoholic beverage, that can only be part of the plan at a meal. It's not something you can use as a snack credit. So please remember that.
And it's only for table service meals, isn't
right.
it? So
yes.
if you have the quick service dining plan, I don't believe that comes into play.
Correct.
So it would have to either be the regular dining plan or the deluxe dining plan where that would qualify.
Yep. So ultimately, it's about this. Can you save money on it? I think you can if you're going to eat the most expensive items on the menu. If you're going to eat out every single night, and everybody's ordering a lot of big items off the list, and some people do. If you're eating you're using up single one of your snack credits. You have to use them all up. You're never going to save money if you're not using them.
Right.
Right.
At least do like we did, and if you have snack credits left at the end of your trip, buy bagged candy that you can bring back. The Goofy candy you can't buy without having it have a really high ticket price off the internet. So if there's something you like, stock up on it and bring it home.
That's true.
There are things you can do or to give as gifts to people. You know, use your snacks to buy Rice Krispie treats, Mickey ears, to bring home to people and say, hey, I brought you this from my Disney trip. There are ways to use them so they don't go to waste.
Yes. So please remember, if you want the high-end item, get it. If you want to eat often, do it. Make sure you use all of your credits, all of your table service, all of your quick services, all of your snacks, whatever plan you choose, use all of them.
Yep.
Very, very important. If you do all that, then there is possibly the possibility of breaking even or even saving some money.
Absolutely.
In our case, from what we saw, with 5 of us going, and again, you may not be 5, you might be 3, you might be 2, you might be 4. Maybe it'll be different. But in our opinions, we don't, and it's kind of sad because we did it for the longest time.
Sure.
We really did.
I know, it makes
and I
me
don't
feel
know
like,
that we'll go back.
Yeah, at this point, I think now that I feel a little more confident and know I'm glad we did this experiment.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm a worrier. I always am like, oh, but it's just a matter of letting go and giving it a shot. And, I think we definitely could have gotten close. Like I said, sometimes we shared a couple quick service meals. I will admit to that. But I don't want to force myself to eat. I already have enough issues with food. I don't need to force myself to eat when I'm not hungry.
And that's the other. That's a good point. And that's the other thing too is when you buy the plan, now you feel obligated to have to eat all the time to make sure that you're getting your money's worth, and you feel obligated to having to eat at all the high-end restaurants. And that's fine if you're okay with that. And maybe again that'll be something that you're like, well, that's okay to me. And if it is, then by all means go for it. But that's our thoughts. That's our thoughts on the Disney dining plan. There are definitely some pros to it. There definitely can be some peace of mind when it comes to being down there and knowing that pretty much your whole trip is paid for and out of the way, and there's not a lot of costs you have to worry about. And this is kind of what we thought of it in the experiment that we did.
Yeah.
But we'd like to hear your comments. So please let us know what you think about the Disney dining plans, what your experiences are, what your history is with it, and what you think of it. And let us know because we'd love to hear it. So if you could leave a comment down below, we'd love for you to do that. And if you did like the video, please give us a thumbs up on it and subscribe as well. We like to do videos as often as we can. This one's kind of a shorter video for us, but we wanted to kind of just get straight to the point on the Disney dining plan.
Mm-hmm.
But please subscribe to us out there and like on this video, and definitely leave us a comment. We do reply to all comments, and we definitely appreciate you guys coming out, and hopefully this will give you some insight. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. At least makes you think. And if you have the time to plan ahead, like you were saying earlier, check out the prices on places you think you might eat, where your kids might like to eat. Do a little math, and you might determine whether or not it's worth your while.
Yep. And any place you want to decide to eat at, please remember, any table services at Disney World, book it 180 days out if you can.
Yep.
That's one of the most important things when it comes to Disney dining. Pretty much all of these restaurants, you'll find one here and there that isn't, but they're very popular. And you're going to need to book as far out as you can. And you can go out as far as 180 days, which is 6 months.
Yes.
Okay? So if you're looking to be our guest, you're looking for Cinderella's Royal Table, Ohana, Le Cellier, any of those type places that are really popular, please do it.
If you're staying on Disney property, then, of course, if you're doing the dining plan, you're staying on Disney property.
Right.
So I guess
it's
that's
true.
silly.
Yep.
But, yeah, definitely book as soon as humanly possible.
Yep. So there you go, folks. That's our opinion on the Disney dining plan. Is it worth it? Not so much to us. We don't think there's really a lot of value there. I mean, you'd really have to eat a lot to do it. But that's our opinion. We'd love to hear yours. And we hope you really enjoyed the video. We liked bringing it to you. It was a lot of fun bringing it. And we definitely think it gives you some insight on the plan. But with that is going to do it for this video. We will see you guys next time. Please take care of yourselves and each other. And we'll talk to you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Take care. Bye-bye.